Okay, so happy Monday. Welcome to our team call. I'm so excited to be like plugging back in to our team calls. I've really missed this. So I'm gonna get like a little bit vulnerable with you guys tonight, just because I think it's important to share things that like I struggle with, so that we all can just like say that we struggle and that this is hard. Not this, but just things are hard and stuff comes up and we just like don't know what we're doing and we get off track and all these things, right? So I'm so excited to kind of just like, there's some things I want to do, and I'm just really feeling some awesome new energy. So first I want to start by talking about how we're going to kind of get through this, like some of the hard stuff, and then we're going to move through some of the good stuff. So something that I think that I've allowed to happen in my business for years is I've experienced anxiety in my business, anxiety, fear, doubt, limiting beliefs, all those things, right? I've experienced those in my business. Raise your hand if you experienced those in your business. I've experienced those in my business because I have looked to my business to inform me how I should feel about myself. Okay. So we look at our businesses to inform us how we should feel about ourselves emotionally and mentally. Okay. So we're looking at our business to be like, we're like, okay, I haven't had any sales. So I'm this, or I haven't had any recruits. So I'm this. We allow so often our business to inform us of our success, our self-worth, if we're capable. Right. And basically we're putting the belief, we're not believing in ourselves before all of that. If we believed in ourselves before all of that, none of it would matter. But if we're not believing in ourselves, right, we are allowing that to inform us instead of creating the belief ahead of time. You feel me? Okay. Does that make sense? So I want to talk about, so I want us to like, let's remove that, right? I have this kind of like new aha thing moment. I don't even know what happened, but I've had a lot of heaviness in the past week. A lot of you know, most of you know, my story stems back. I had a team of 200 people with Beachbody. I left it, came over to this company, right? Blew out of the gates through the Smart Start, added a big team, added a bunch of you guys that have been here since, a lot of the beginning, and then a bunch more people, right? And this past week, Beachbody had their big, huge event. And it was in St. Louis, which is like an hour from me. And guess what I saw? I saw some of my team there with a new upline. I saw women that I truly loved, and I'm going to try not to get emotional, that I truly loved, be there. And I had FOMO. I had FOMO because I wasn't there anymore. And I chose that, and I'm grateful. And to this day, I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. But I'm telling you this because that was hard. And to then dive into writing a book and writing and working on my mindset courses, and that kind of derailing me, and me kind of like I never took a step back from Crunchy ever, but I did take a little bit of a step back from our team and really being engaged and really being like all in all the time, because I did that before and it burnt me out, and I know now what to do differently. But I tell you this because you're going to have seasons that are hard, and you're going to have things that like, and it may not be something quite like that, like I just told you, but I got to this event this weekend, and I was still having limiting beliefs and questions and things that were weighing me down when I went to the retreat this weekend. And I don't know what all of a sudden hit me, but it hit me that I was exactly where I was supposed to be. And as I looked around the room, and I don't know how many of you saw my post that I posted in the FAC this morning, but I shared something in the FAC, and you might have saw, but the amount of love that I got on that post is not by coincidence. The amount of love that I received on Saturday when I was like, people were like, Tabitha, are you okay? Because they know me, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. And so I tell you this because we all have emotions, and we all have doubt, and we all have things where we're like, damn it, I wish I would have done this differently, or I wish I wouldn't have been so hard on myself in times where, you know, I was like trying to beat a damn algorithm and trying to do all these things when none of that really matters. You know, like none of that matters. The people are the glue that hold our business together. Connections are the glue that hold our business together. So I want you to think about things that you've struggled with and things, and they talked at retreat, and some of you were on virtual, so you know, but they talked about at retreat about having rocks in your backpack. And basically you're carrying around this backpack and you've put rocks in your backpack, and it's a lot of weight. And sometimes the weight can actually teach us something, right? Like I was carrying around weight, and that weight actually taught me a really valuable lesson. That weight taught me a few things. It taught me that I can just be and allow things to happen, and I don't need to like race somewhere or try to make it happen or be all the things or do everything. But like I tell you guys, don't do everything. Just do one or two things. You don't have to do it all. That takes the fun out of it, right? So if we like eliminate some of these rocks in our backpack, and sometimes it doesn't happen just like that, but if we remember like the seeds of greatness that we hold, and that, which is what Jenny Estrada talked about on stage that day when she brought her son's backpack and talked about all the dead weights that keep us from believing in ourselves, you know, and then again, we allow these things to determine whether or not we're capable, whether or not we're actually worth getting on the stage, right? Like raise your hand if you would like love to, and like Rachel Newton, who's on here, she got a Rising Star Award this weekend at retreat. She was virtual, which really stinks because like she would have rocked that stage. But how cool, right? How fulfilling and how cool to have put work in to be able to achieve something like that. And it's awesome. And it's fulfilling and it's amazing. So I want to kind of talk to you guys about your commitment to be here in a year. You have to commit to being here in a year. You have to, I'm not telling you what you have to do. I'm just saying this is my kind of perspective of like, I have to know, I know in my heart, you know, in your heart that Crunchy is, it's unmatched. It's unmatched with products. It's unmatched with heart. I've never received heart like I received this weekend. I've never received heart like I received this morning when I was vulnerable sharing in the FAC. Never. And I was around a lot of people in another company. And my point is just that, you know, to remind yourself of who you want to be in this equation. You know, what does it look like for you? Where's your vision board? What's your vision board look like? And I would challenge you to make a vision board, because we're in the third and fourth quarter. You know, it's been hard for a lot of people with finances. It's a struggle for a lot of people, right? Not just for me, not just for you, but for all the people that you're speaking to on your social media, for all the people that are in your group right now. I have 500 and I don't even know, maybe 70 people in my group. Okay. I'm going to guess, I was talking to someone today. I don't think it was one of you. I can't remember who it was. And I said, you know, I've got like 570 people in my group. I would guess, if I had to guess, I would say maybe 300 of them are customers. I don't know. That's just a rough estimate. I don't know. Because I have a lot of customers, but they're not all in the group. So my point is like, so how am I serving all of those people? But how am I serving the others that haven't saw the beauty of Crunchy yet? How am I serving them? What am I doing? And I'll be the first to admit that I'm not the most consistent person in my group. But here's what I don't think is super important. I don't think it's super important to post in your group every single day and just hope that the sales come, and hope that people feel connected to you, and hope that people feel inspired by you. You've got to like dig into conversation and connection. You've got to pour into other areas, not just a post in a group to check it off the list and be done. Because I've seen it. We've all seen it. We know when our groups are kind of like, right? And it stinks. It stinks because you're like, nobody cares. Nobody's watching, you know, whatever the case is, but you're making that story up. For one, we're making that story up when we say like, nobody's watching, nobody wants to buy. Like, why does nobody want to buy? I've only sold this many lip pencils today. And like, I thought it would be right. Cause we're excited. Something we have to remember is we're really freaking excited about what we're doing here, but a lot of people just aren't quite as excited as we are. So we have to remember and be patient. So I want you guys to like, think about this week, write this down, maybe think about this week, something that you've had a mindset of, because we all have these mindsets of like, I could never be where she is, or, I could never have a team, or I could never lead a team, or I don't have enough time. How could I do this? Blah, blah, blah. I want you to write down like a limiting belief that you've been telling yourself. And I want you to figure out a way to crush that limiting belief, whether it's time, whether it's whatever, which we all know it's not true. None of it's true. We're just we allow ourselves to feel that way because of a story that we're telling ourselves. And so I want you to, because it's the smallest shift that you can change. It's the energy. It's the space that you're going to shift into and say, okay, I'm patient. I'm going to do my best. Like why did we stop thinking that our best wasn't good enough? But we all know we can be real and honest with ourselves if we're doing our best. If you're not doing your best and you want to do more, right? And you want to see success, then you have to show up with consistency. But it's like they said this weekend at retreat, be the hero, be your own hero of your own story. Be the hero of your own story and be consistent. If you're the hero of your own story, that means you're going to succeed, right? That means that you're going to bring on a team. And I've always had like a huge vision for our team. I've always had a vision, and I want to share with you guys what my vision is. And I want you guys to have a vision too. I don't, something that I think that we don't allow ourselves to do is to like actually be like, all right, I'm going to hit this rank and I'm going to make X amount of money and I'm going to bring on 2 people in the next month and I'm going to, whatever you're going to do. Right. And maybe that's not you. Maybe you're like, I'm just going to plug in. I'm just going to, stay consistent with watching the trainings. I'm going to, show up on the team call. I'm going to get plugged in with my team and all the things. Cause I know a lot of you want to grow a team. I know a lot of you want to, that's why you're here. A lot of you want to earn an income, right? Which they're doing the compensation enhancement. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but there's so many amazing things coming with Crunchy with the 3rd and 4th quarter. And I really truly think that and believe that this could be like the best place for everybody's business, but it has to come from a place of being authentically you and sharing, plus being consistent, plus eliminating everything else that you've ever told yourself as to why this might not work for you or why nobody does this or that. Because I'm telling you right now, I've said it a million times, but I could post on social media a link for Crunchy. Nobody's bought off of my link today that I posted. Not a single person. I've got almost 14,000 followers. Okay. It doesn't come from just like, here's a link. Okay. They automatically do it. No, it comes from showing up every single day and having conversations, having them engage, putting polls up and just throwing stuff at the wall, but not to overwhelm you, because I don't want you guys to think that you have to do all these things, but I do want you to know that it has to be consistent. Because when we post in our group and then we don't post again for a month and we post randomly and there's really no intention. So my focus this week is, I have a couple things I want to share with you that I wrote down. My focus for this week, if I can find my notes here, is can't find it. But what I had down, I'm pretty sure, is my focus for this week and my intention is to be intentional with the actions that I take. So often that we're just like flying through things and we're not actually like, what's behind the action? Like what's behind the purpose, right? And they shared when we were, like if you don't feel a deep purpose for what we're doing here with what we have here in our fingertips to give to people, Melanie told a really awesome story at retreat. And it was about a friend of theirs that used bleach, used all these different cleaners and things, and was using plates with lead in them and these crystal glasses with lead in them and all these different things. Like she was pescatarian. So she ate fish, had like an okay lifestyle as far as like it looked maybe on the outside, but all of her products and a lot of the things that she was using, she was actually ingesting a ton of chemicals. Well, and of course, Kelly and Melanie both know her, the founders, they both know her really well. And they've tried to like kind of bring her over to the good side, as they said. And, she just wasn't interested in it. She wasn't interested. And long story long, she developed stage 3 colon cancer. And they showed a picture of her colon, and it was like ulcerated, nodule, all the things, just disease. And she's in like a 4th radiation treatment, and she's doing okay. But the point, and she switched everything over. It's like an aha moment for her. And now, did she get cancer because she used all that stuff? I don't know. But my point in telling you all this is, if that story wasn't powerful enough, and you had to be there kind of too, because there was just a lot of other pieces that they talked about, but it's incredible what we can do for women and men, but obviously we're mostly speaking to women. And a lot of women I know right now are craving community. A lot of women are craving a community and a team and people to lift them up and something to call their own, right? Like, don't we all want to call this like our business, right? We want to earn our income. We want to bring on people. We want to share this. That's the point of this, is to like create energy and more and power together. And so I hope that you're feeling like a new energy with your business. I hope that you're scratch whatever's happened in the past, scratch whatever you didn't do, scratch it and just start and start with a new purpose. Maybe you need to kind of reevaluate your purpose. You've always had purpose. You've always had so much to offer. You've always been capable. You know that. But how can you turn it into something that's going to be a ripple effect for other people? How can you turn it into something that's really going to change women's lives? Because that's what we have here. We absolutely have everything here. And you can go through, like, for example, I'm just going to share this because this is what I learned this weekend. So Beautycounter, a couple girls from corporate came from Beautycounter. Okay. One of them for sure. The other one, the 2 new women, Amy and Christina from corporate, they both know each other. They've worked together in the past. Don't know that both of them came from Beautycounter. There's a lot of stuff going on with Beautycounter right now. And basically they've lowered their compensation plan. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you say, here's a compensation plan and then now we're going to lower it and you're going to deal with it. So a lot of people are leaving. Okay. Beautycounter is found at, I'm just using Beautycounter for example, because it's one of our competitors. Okay. Beautycounter can be found at Sephora. It can be found at a Beautycounter store. It can be found probably on Amazon. Rachel, you probably know more about this than me. It can be found a lot of different places. Okay. My point in saying that is that kind of stinks, right? It stinks for the advocates. It stinks for, like, there's so many things that I see with other companies in the clean beauty industry that really aren't doing the advocates, the reps, a lot of favors. They're really not making it super. Amazon. Yeah. So, I mean, how unfair, right? Like, how unfair as someone who's like selling these products. Okay. And not to mention they use everything's plastic. They've got an array of whatever. We don't need to go into that. But my point in saying that is, like, when I share this with people online, I don't know. Sometimes I think I can't even paint this picture for you. I can't even paint the picture.
That's what happens when I search Crunchy.
Crunch bars, Nestle. That's hilarious.
Ain't no Crunchy on Amazon, okay?
It ain't happening, right? Oh my gosh. But my point in saying all that is it's just incredible what they're doing for us to actually, have us at their biggest part of their heart. Okay, so the other thing I want to share really fast, and then we'll kind of go into like questions and things. So my vision for our team, I'm just going to share just for fun, because I think that it's fun for you to share. You can share it with me. I would love if you shared it with me. I'd love for you to put it in the comments, or just write it down or whatever. But it's fun to share because then you're like holding yourself a little bit accountable and you're like spreading fire and energy, and it feels empowering when you tell someone like, hey, this is what I'm going to do because I'm awesome. Watch me do this. Okay. So my vision for our team is to double in size by the next retreat, meaning not me adding a bunch of advocates. I mean, yes, I'm going to bring more people in, but it's helping you guys add to your teams and create teams, because there's nothing more fun than coming to a live event when you have people and you have your people that you pour into, that you love. Okay. Bye. See ya. Love you. that you love, that you, you know, not only are business partners with, but your friends, and you're tight and you have so much fun together and you share energy and goals and you do all the things and you live life together. And then I want to help 2 of my advocates or on our team become elite leaders, which is a huge, awesome, fun thing. And then allow you guys to have financial flexibility, because it's huge. It's huge for all of us. We don't need to beat around the bush about it. We all need money to survive and income, and let's freaking do it, right? Let's own it. Let's do it. Let's, like Ellen said, let's claim it, like right now. So whatever it is that, you know, is on your mind right now, I'd love to know. I'd love to know like how you're feeling, or like if you're thinking about different things to revamp your business, to like, how can I share this and what event could I try to do? And there's just so many fun things and so many ways to share this. And it's really not that hard once you just start having conversations with people and you start letting them know like what these are and what, you know, what they do for you, right? Just share your story. So I'm going to check the comments here really quick, just because I want to see what you guys are saying. Jenna's like trying to figure out my effing audio. Okay, I did a re-engagement poll in my group and had over 50 comments of people that they want to see higher than Pioneer. Yes, I love it. So does anybody, okay, so before I like go into talking about things, because I don't want to recap a ton of stuff from retreat if you guys already watched Kelly's live and you kind of already know like a little bit. I'm sure you know some, and I don't want to like beat a dead horse, because I feel like there's been a lot of, I've already shared a lot, and then to share, you know. So do you guys have any questions offhand that you want to ask about anything from retreat or anything else? We don't know when the next retreat is. So that kind of stinks, but we just, they'll announce it when they get it and when they figure it out, and we'll know, and it will be next year around July. So just plan on it. In my opinion, I would put it on your vision board to get there and to make it happen, because it's just the best. And it really does change your business. I really truly believe it will change your business. It just makes sense when you surround yourself with other people who are crushing it in the business, and you just get to celebrate together. It's a no-brainer. Okay, so Rachel, I asked if anybody had any questions that they wanted to ask about anything or share. You can. I was gonna go over the little bit of the compensation plan of what they haven't actually officially released this yet, because it doesn't take effect until October. I do believe that, and I don't think I screenshot this, but it's going to be, we're going to actually get weekly paid weekly now, which is really freaking exciting. So that's like huge. I was like probably most excited things. I'm just like, yes, like I get a weekly paycheck, not a monthly paycheck, because the monthly paycheck is for the birds. So I'm excited about that. Excited that they're going to actually give you a bonus for maintaining your rank. So, because I think that's crucial. I think it's really important. Like everybody wants to, like, yeah, you didn't hit the next level and get a bonus, but so what? You maintained your rank, and that's a really big deal, because it's something to be really proud of. So I'm excited for that. I don't know what the bonuses look like for that yet. And then you saw where like now they're lowering the 150. You no longer have to purchase or sell the 150 in order to start making commission. You actually start earning on the first dollar. So that's really cool. And they don't pay you until you reach $5. It was $20. Now it's $5. I don't know. What was the other thing that I wanted to tell you about the comp plan? They're doing generational pay, which before it only went 15 levels deep. Yeah, it only went 15 levels deep before. So if you had like someone on the 16th level, you wouldn't get paid on that person, which I know that's like really far down the line in your business, but still that's like, there's a lot of women that they're in that position and they're not getting paid. And so they're changing that. They're really making some awesome updates. And then you start to earn a higher percentage at a lower volume I don't know what that looks like yet, but that's really cool too, because why that's so cool is when we bring people on, oh, new titles. That's right, Rachel. Thank you. Yeah. So like new titles, because like there's people that are capping and not capping, but maxing out the top ranks in the company. Therefore they need to create more. And then maybe, just maybe, I don't know if they'll do anything in between. I don't know that for sure. Okay. Something else I was going to say that I just lost my train of thought. Oh, the reason why that's so important to get advocates paid sooner rather than a higher percentage sooner rather than waiting till you get to 2000 PV or whatever it is because when you bring people on, it's really motivating. It's really motivating for your new advocates that you bring on to be able to get paid more sooner, right? So that's a really cool thing too. Exactly. Immediate gratification. Okay. The other thing too is, so the insider enhancements, which I want to just really quick review. I'm excited about these insider rewards. So they're going to do limited time offers of free shipping on orders over 50, which is really cool. Anniversary gifts, notifications of crunchy balances each month, which is really cool. And they're also going to notify the advocate. So not only are they going to notify not only are they going to notify the customer, they're also going to notify the advocate to let them know of their expiring crunchy cash, which is going to be freaking amazing, because right now you can't even figure out, you have no idea how much anybody has. You have no idea when it's going to expire unless you go in your back office and like search and dig and find the date and add it in your head. And it's not even practical. So that's cool. And then a renewal notification with automatic renewal. So that's good. That'll be great. That's just adding more maximized incentive for that insider program. The referral, the only really major update with the referral is that everybody who becomes your customer will automatically get a referral link in their email, which is really cool. So no longer have to be like, okay, go to your rewards and find the link. Just going to go right to their email as soon as they order, which is cool, because then people are like, okay, this is great. I can just grab this and run. Okay, what else? Okay, so and then body butter and body SPF and the scrub, like the lip stuff. And they didn't even really, and honestly, I was surprised they didn't tell us a lot of product stuff. Like they did a few things, but not like last retreat, which it was just, I think mainly because that was just 6 months ago and they gave us like a ton of stuff then. So anyways, so we didn't really like learn about a ton of new products, but right now really the focus is lip pencils, lip crayons, of course, and then the scrub coming out. But I would just like continue to pique interest about the scrub, but really don't even focus on that. If I'm being honest, I'm not focusing on that. Like, yes, I was at retreat and I had the scrub, and I will probably share it a couple times before August 17th. And then when it gets closer to time, I'll definitely dig in. But right now I would be making sure you're getting people caught up on their skincare, making sure you're sharing skincare, because if you get people to fall in love with skincare, they're going to want the scrub. Like there's no doubt about it. They're going to want the scrub. So a few things I want to do. I want to do like this little challenge for our team. And I'm going to post it in the team page as soon as I get done here. It's going to be easy. It's pretty easy. It's pretty doable. And I want whenever you complete this, I want you to comment below in the team page, and I'm going to do a drawing for like something, I don't know what, but it'll be something good. Okay, so you're going to sell this is from now until the end of the month. Okay. So you have like how many ever days? I don't know, 6 days. So you're going to sell 2 lip crayons. And then just so you know, I'm just telling you, that's really freaking simple. Like you guys got this, like 2 lip crayons. People love lipstick products. People love all things lip. And I think people are drawn to it. And we haven't had lipsticks in a year. So this is really doable. So sell 2 lip crayons. Don't forget to ask them if they need something else. A lot of times we're like focusing on a product and we're like, okay, you want it? Like we get the yes from them, right? And we're like, yes, okay, I'm gonna send you the link and I'm gonna, but like, why don't you ask them, like, make sure that you've asked them, like, if there's anything else that they'd be willing to try, right? Is there anything else you'd be willing to try? Is there any other product that you feel like you like are lacking or you would need, you know? Okay, so that's the first one. Number 2 is invite 2 people to the opportunity. pretty sure you can invite 2 people to the opportunity before whatever the end of the month is, 31st, but whatever day that falls on. I've actually sent some messages today to people, and I've sent voice clips because that's how I roll. And, you know, I've just kind of been like, hey, like, how are you? I just wanted to reach out. Like, I thought of you because I think that this would really align with you. I feel like, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'll just kind of tell them a little bit about it. Plus, if they might be interested in the lip crayons, it's a really good time because obviously they get the free lip crayons when they sign up. So a couple things when you're like recruiting, talking to potential advocates. So a few things that I always want to note when I'm talking to these people. I always want to note that the room for growth is astronomical. I always want to note that there's like 4,000 to 5,000 advocates in the United States, and that most people I talk to have never heard of Crunchi. And you know, if you want to dive into the products and do your research, which not only have I done quite a bit, but the Crunchi women in our community have done way more than will ever probably do, to prove that this is amazing. Not only do these products work and they're phenomenal and women love them when they get their hands on them, they sell really well, and you know, whatever. So if you kind of have to, I can't like give you, like, I can give you a script, but depends on the person, right? It depends on the conversations you've had with a person. Now, these aren't just people that I'm just randomly going after and like, I've never even had a conversation with them. These are women that like, maybe they've bought a couple products from me, or like this one girl, for example, today, I messaged her because she's with Scout and Cellar, and she's wanted me to buy her clean wine, which I do want to support her. I just had enough wine on hand. So I was like, when I get through my wine, I'll support you. But, anyway, but it's really cool because she's bought a few of my products. She's been very engaged in my group, and she's been commenting. And, you know, I was like, hey, I just wanted to reach out because I know you also are very health, like ingredient conscious. And she's the one that just like told me when I posted about the Roundup thing on my stories the other day, that 80% of people have Roundup in their freaking urine. Anyway, she said it's also in like every wine that's not organic. And I'm like, oh crap. So anyways, so I just like messaged her saying, you know, I think that this would be really awesome for you. Like, I'd love to share it. I don't know if you'd even be interested, but I'd love to share it with you if it's something you'd want to look into. Well, she comes back with like, I'm not very good at social media or marketing. And I'm like, that's okay. That's fine. I'll help you. Like I said, you know, you just blah, 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 whatever. So anyway, my point, and now she's interested. I sent her the Crunchi Connect from the app, Crunchi Connect video from July 5th or whatever it was that they did, that Crunchi did 20 minutes, copy that, pasted it to her, told her to watch that and message me when she's done. She messaged me when she's done, and she's like, where did the name Crunchi come from? I love the fact that they talked about that they wanted to find clean products and you couldn't find them to perform, so they made them. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty freaking cool. So anyway, they must have told, like, I think they told part of their story on that call. And so then I sent her, I think the kits to look at. Just went to super simple, went to my app, went to share the opportunity. And under that, it says join. And I copy and pasted that link because it's always linked to me because it's my app. It's through my app. So it's really handy. Anyway, okay. So if you need help with that, always loop if you want to. I'd love for you to loop me in because I'm always willing to share and help you and guide you in that way if you're feeling just a little unsure, but just don't overthink it. Think about the fact that they might want clean products, or think about the fact that they might want a community, or that they're looking for extra income, and what does that look like for them? And you sharing a piece of your story really helps. So it leads me into the third thing that you're going to do to get into my drawing is you're going to share a piece of your story. I don't care if it involves Crunchi. You don't have to talk about Crunchi, but maybe what has led you here? I know a lot of you on this call have awesome, powerful stories. You have reasons that you're here. You have things that drive you. You have a passion. You have something that, whether it's needing income, whether it's a past illness, whether it's, whatever, whether it's you just had your fourth kid and you're like over there, like running a farm with goats. I mean, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, but whatever it is, so anyway, so share, we get in our head about sharing our story. And I actually have been I've been over focusing on Instagram so much that I really want to bring it back to Facebook. because I like haven't shared about the opportunity on Facebook, and was going to do it today, but I just have ran out of time. So I'm going to try to get a post tomorrow up about the opportunity. Okay. So I think that that's the majority of what I wanted to cover. Did I forget anything that you guys want to ask? Anyone? Did I miss something in the chat? My goats keep getting out. Well, we lost a chicken. I've been losing chickens because a hawk keeps killing them. So you're not supposed to shoot hawks, but we're gonna have to shoot the hawk, I think, because like I don't know what else to do because it killed my lavender Orpington. It was my only lavender Orpington. It's our first chicken we ever had. Oh, you have baby chicks hatching. Yay. But Aaron just bought actually bought like 5 new lavender Orpingtons. So I'm so excited, but it's not exciting when you raise them and then you put them in a big coop and then they die. It's like, oh, just when you started to produce eggs, it's kind of defeated. We're just not doing good on our homestead over here, but hey. So I hope that you guys, anybody want to share anything? Like, I'd love if anyone wanted to share, like, okay, I'm having trouble with this, or like, I want to do this, but anyone want to share? Because it's really fun that way. I'm having trouble finding advocates. Well, me too, Rachel Newton. Me too. No, I know. I think it is too. It's easier to share the products, but I think it's because that's not our focus. Like, it's our focus, but we're not making it our focus. We're not making it our focus of like, okay, how can I show up today and show that I'm leading a team? How can I show up today and show them why they might want to join my team? Not that you want to say those words like ever, but why would they want to become a part of this? Right? What is it? What is it that would make them spark their interest? So I think it's just that, like, how can I show up today as the leader that I want to be? Because you're already an awesome leader. You're already bringing on team members. So how can I show up today as the leader that I want to be? Because we know so much more than we think we do. We're just always like, oh, I don't know if I like how she's not going to want to or whatever. But what if she really does? And what if and really it's going to come, I think, a lot of times from those that fall in love with the products, right? A lot of times it's going to come from those that fall in love with the products, not necessarily the ones that just like sign up immediately, even though I did that. I know Kathy did that. I don't know who else did that. Maybe, I don't know if any of you guys just otherwise just signed up. Yes. And Kayla shared with me today that she like had kind of a vision, and, kind of was like, this is a really cool idea. Do you think this? And I'm like, yeah, I think it is. I think it's awesome. And I think it's, so like, what is it that you could share that would, just get people to connect with you too? Not that you're sharing stuff just to get people to connect with you, but how can you connect with more people? And then getting back to the purpose of your why, because like I've said before, your why really doesn't change. Your why is very similar from day it does change. Your why changes, but when we look back to the original reason we started, sometimes it will change, but a lot of times it's very similar. It's just that we grow and we kind of see ourselves in a different perspective, in a different light. And I want you guys to see yourselves I really truly want you guys to see yourselves in a light that says, I'm capable. I'm going to achieve this. Whatever it is, I'd love to know your vision and what, like, I shared my vision with you guys and what I want our team, what I want things to look like. And there's a lot more things, but that was just kind of the gist of what kind of came to mind. I also would love to start running like a monthly advocate call with you guys too, where we're like actively kind of like promoting for it. Because if you never have anything to invite to, you don't really promote for it as much. If you have something where you're like, I'm speaking on this call, and that empowers you guys too. If you're showing up and you're like, speaking on this call, like I'm talking about what this has done for me in my life, and I'm talking about where we're going with this, right? Because when people see that community, that sense of community, it's really amazing. So we're kind of just gonna dig back in together. I feel like I work really closely with Lisa Davis. So you'll probably see a little bit of her. A couple of my other uplines are just a little bit kind of unplugged just a little bit, but I know Claire's wanting to kind of dive back in, and Taylor's amazing, and so is Claire. And so anyways, we have awesome uplines. It's just that I want to make sure you guys are getting what you need. And if that means that we run team calls by ourselves, then I think that's awesome. I kind of took a step away from that for a while, thinking that corporate runs so many things, but I really feel a disconnect when we don't do things together. So I want to do more stuff together to keep connected and help you guys. So does anybody have anything else? Okay, Kathy. Yes, loved seeing you so much. Good night, Curtis. Night, night. Thanks for jumping on, Kathy. See ya. But let me know if you guys need anything else, and I'll let you go for tonight because I know that was 45 minutes and I know you guys have things to do. So thank you so much for getting on. I'm really super excited. I don't know. I truly want to help you guys. I truly want to just see our team rise to the top. I know we can. Just some really incredible women that just, I don't know, really inspired me this weekend. And just, we all need inspiration sometimes, you know? So I hope I can be that for you guys. And I hope you can feel my energy to spread to your business. All right. Well, you want to